Hello. Hey squirrels, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm DC and I'm late for my own live stream. I'm late and I'm friendly and I'm a autistic MLM dropout since 2022, and on this channel we look at consumer protection, cult awareness, and shady business tactics so you can protect your time, your money, and your mental health. Today we are looking at Tania Baron, a longtime face in the multi-level marketing world, and in my opinion, Tania often promotes products and opportunities in ways that raise red flags when it comes to FTC and FDA guidelines, and I'll be reacting to one of her live streams so we can break down what's hype and what's sales pressure and what's worth pausing on for consumer awareness and shady stuff. And I'm sorry I'm late. Disclaimer for today. One of many, this video is for commentary, critique, and educational purposes under fair use. All opinions shared are my own. And before, there was another disclaimer. There's a trigger warning, and I'm going to put it up right meow. Apologies for being late. I'm like, I'm late. Everyone's like, we know. I'm so glad to see everyone. I was intending on being on time. We've got the curtain back up. Members are like, we saw. It took us an hour and 2 hours. It took us a while. It did take us a while, but we're back, baby. We're so close for October. I'm so excited. We've got our orange-ish. We've got our orange mushroom lamp. We've got our orange colors. We're ready. I'm gonna pin a comment, and I'm gonna let us know, and then we'll play our long trigger, our long disclaimer. I'm just gonna pin this. So here's the message. Trigger warning: if talk about fitness routines or divorce is tough today, feel free to skip my commentary. All the way. Oh wait, that was messed up. Delete. Unpin message. That wasn't complete. Just skip this video. Remove. Hold on. Skip the whole video. Just skip the video. Just skip it. It's just skip. Skip all the commentary. Feel free to skip this video. Sorry. Feel free to catch the next one. Take care of you. Preserve and promote your emotional well-being. You know, all the good things. I think I've spilled so much coffee on my my board. The spelling is extra unspelling today. There we go. There we go. Pin message. Let's hopefully the disclaimer will not take as long today, but it could. So we'll wait for about 30 seconds or a minute, and I'll stare at everyone. I'll stare at everyone awkwardly. Premium content, feel free to like the stream. I care about you all, and I'm sorry that, you know, the awkwardness will be awkward. 3, 2, 1.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us.
Well, we're working on it. We sure are. We surely are. Ugh, I'm trying. I'm really trying. We're so close. You were so close, EJ. We need to get that clip. That's a bop. That's the shorter version of the bop. Now, when October comes, that will not be the bop. The October bop is the best. It is the OG bop. It is our 4th October together. I cannot believe it. I'm so excited. I don't know. Let me know how many Octobers y'all have been here for. I think some of y'all have been here for 4 Octobers. I think Jessica's been here for 4. It did not get canceled. I'm just late as hell. I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, again, if you got here later than I did, but just as a reminder, we are reacting to Tanya's live stream, and it is featuring Andrea. Andrea wrote a book, and they're talking about it, but they have kind of tied it into one of Tanya's little fitness groups. Now, the TLDR is Tanya was in Beachbody for a million years, and when she was in Beachbody, she couldn't let you go a minute. Well, she could let you go a minute. This is an exaggeration, but she was one of Britney Spears' backup dancers a million years ago. And she would always mention it whenever she was doing a recruiting pitch to any of the people in her downline. And she was also close with Autumn Calabrese. And when Tanya left Beachbody, there was a falling out. You heard about that you're going to hear about that on my video that I'm going to post, because I'm definitely going to get that edited tomorrow. I'm definitely going to do it. And I will definitely look at the member milestones after this intro. The book that they're going to be promoting is called Small Moves, Big Life, and Tanya's going to be promoting something. Oh, she's going to be tying it together with free workouts with purchase promo. And again, we're going to watch this as consumer protection, anti-MLM commentator. We're going to rage against the machine together. And please join in, replay crew, live chat, squirrels. We're going to call out the pressure tactics and compliance red flags as opinions, and also literally what the FTC says, because I think we've all memorized Section 5 at 4 years in. I mean, not literally, but we know a lot of it. And hopefully I'll give you some practical takeaways so you can maybe shop and scroll safely and maybe navigate towards something that isn't so pyramid schemy. But all right. Demi, 28 months, so ready for another October. Holy mother forking shirtballs. I know we're not ready for it, but the 28-month song, coming in hot. My apologies if y'all haven't heard this song, but I'm ready for it. I haven't heard it in a while.
Well, when I was a kid, I'd take a trip every summer down to Mississippi, visit my granny in her antebellum world. I'd run barefooted all day long, climbing trees, free as a song. One day, I happened to catch myself a squirrel. Well, I stuffed him down in an old shoebox and punched a couple holes in the top. When Sunday came, I snuck him into church. I was sitting way back in the very last pew, showing him to my good buddy Hugh. When that squirrel got loose, went totally berserk. But what happened next is hard to tell. Some thought it was heaven, others thought it was hell. But the fact that something was among us was plain to see. As the choir sang, "I surrender all," the squirrel ran up Harv Newland's coveralls, and Harv leaped to his feet and said, "Something's got a hold on me!" Yeah! The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, "Hallelujah!" Well, Harv hit the aisle dancing and screaming. Some thought he had religion, others thought he had a demon, and Harv thought he had a weed eater loose and he screwed the moon. He fell to his knees to plead and beg, and that squirrel ran out of his breeches leg unobserved to the other side of the room. All the way down to the amen pew where sat Sister Bertha Better Than You, who'd been watching all the commotion with sadistic glee. Should have seen that look in her eyes when that squirrel jumped her garters and crossed her thighs. She jumped to her feet and said, "Lord, have mercy on me." As that squirrel made laps inside her dress, she began to cry and then to confess to sins and make a sailor blush with shame. She told of gossip and church dissension, but the thing that got the most attention was when she talked about her love life. And then she started naming names. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, "Hallelujah!" 7 deacons and the pastor got saved, and $25,000 was raised, and 50 volunteered for missions in the Congo on the spot. And even without an invitation, there were at least 500 rededications, and we all got rebaptized whether we needed it or not. Now you've heard the Bible story, I guess, how he parted the waters for Moses to pass. Oh, the miracles God has wrought in this old world. The one I'll remember till my dying day is how he put that church back on the narrow way with a half-crazed Mississippi squirrel. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, "Hallelujah!" The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a...
So, thank you so much. And Tank Top Friend, Golden Kazoo status, holy mother forking shirt balls. I love this so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I love the lint rollers, and the reason that we did the lint rollers in the first place is that I used to lint roll my hat so much. My black hat is the first hat that I had, that I wore all the time, and I used to lint roll it, and then my lint roller's over there, and I used to lint roll my mic. I got some acrylic paint on this. That's neither here nor there. And then we also told people don't be a lint licker, which is don't do ad hominem, don't do ad hominem We're talking about ideas. We're not tearing people down, stuff like that. That's why the first 3 levels of membership are the lint rollers, and then the first 12, I mean, if you get to 12 months of membership, the Golden Kazoo, we snuck into an Optavia conference one time, and we watched, 12, 14 hours of Optavia conference. It was a lot. And it was a lot of content, but that was the thing that happened in that conference. I can't really talk about the one specific thing, but that the information we were able to get to someone was made my entire doing YouTube worth it. If we never get to 10,000 followers, if we never, help another person get out of MLM, that specific, and those videos didn't do well. But the thing that happened in that, and I wish I could tell you what happened, but we were able to help somebody in the real world with information they needed. And the way the stars aligned for it, I don't even know, it was literally a squirrel situation, and there's no reason, I don't know I don't know really how this person came in, and that they were able to get the information and the video recording from me because I had the original content, and then they were able to use it for their situation. It was wild. That situation was incredible. And in that conference we snuck into, Kevin Tinter is one of the leaders in Optavia. He's on Doug Wood's team, Doug and Tia Wood, Chicken Nuggets number 1 and 2. Kevin Tinter and his wife, I don't remember her name, Chicken Nugget, okay? Kevin Tinter, the crowd is being silent, okay? Every single speaker, they're super respectful. This diet conference, there's speakers there. John Maxwell's there. The leaders in Optavia on this team is there. They're having this conference in a church, okay? Twisty as hell. The speaker finishes, goes off the stage, everyone's clapping, and somebody out in the crowd is playing a kazoo. Just as it not playing it after people are done clapping, it with the clapping, okay? You can hear the kazoo. All right? Kevin Tinter takes his microphone and he's like, whoever's playing the kazoo needs to stop right now. And I don't know, I don't know if I was overtired. I don't know if I was just over the diet stuff. I don't know if I was so angry that they were doing a diet conference in a church. I don't really know. But I was my love for the kazoo was forged in the fire of Kevin Tinter's hate. And I was that's ridiculous. I didn't even have any love for the kazoos before that. But I was you know what? My brand will die on the hill of kazoos at this point. Okay? So, if you don't know, Av is an incredible store owner, has an incredible store on Etsy, and Av's dad does 3D printing, okay? And Av, I don't know if Av offered or if I asked Av. I just don't remember. Av remembers everything. I ended up ordering earrings from Av that are 3D printed that were kazoos. Original colors were blue and purple. And I got one blue, one purple, and then the different twisties were different colors. Loved them. And I ordered some from Halloween for Halloween this year that are 4 different colors, and all the twisties are interchangeable. Love it. And so this is a long story. Anyways, 12 months in for your membership, you upgrade from the lint roller is basically fighting the lint lickers, you know? And you upgrade to a golden kazoo as basically a G-rated middle finger to Kevin Tinter. So that's why at month 12 you get a golden kazoo. Everyone's like, DC, we really don't care. The story, like the emote story is like everything, even though my brand is really weird, that's how it is. The squirrel trails, like the squirrel trails where we end up finding cool things, like that information that helped that family. The one thing that was all connected, where that cool information that happened at the Optavia conference, and then because like that cool information and then what happened with Kevin Tinter and the kazoo, I guess that cluster of the kazoo thing happened first, and then that person that messaged me that needed that data from that conference, I don't know if all of that combined into a core memory for me. Because at that time, like, I had I don't even know when I did that. Several years ago. I was like, if I never grow, this makes it worth it. Like, I am happy at this point. I remember that whenever I'm like, oh, I'm discouraged. And I remember that. And I'm like, oh my God. Anyways, I'm not going to cry. We're not going to cry. Anyways, so the squirrel trail of that situation, that's when we were like, oh yeah, baby snarks. And then we were like, we go on so many squirrel trails. And another situation with the cool squirrel trails was with Sunny D. And then the squirrel trail that happened where we were just watching Wolf's Den. And then we watched Sunny. Then we went back to July. Then we looked at the gap in streams. And then we went to the day after the gap. And then we saw all the shaking that happened. And then because we were looking for that deal. And so all the squirrel things that we do that we end up finding information, kind of like when we used to watch some Jesse Lee stuff, and then we found Columbia stuff, and then we found other things. That's why we've kind of like leaned into the squirrels, and that's why on 24 months we have the golden acorn. Anyways, that's why we go from kazoo to acorn. But the kazoo and the story of that information we were able to give that individual with like, there's no reason that person found my channel and watched that and watched it to the point because there were so many hours and found that clip specifically that they needed and messaged me. And it like, there's no way, like the squirreliness of that situation was wild. So like the squirrel stuff is kind of like core like, I don't know, core powering of the channel. So we did a 28th month. My kids are forcing me to watch K-pop. Oh, the Let's come back. Okay. We did the 28th month for Demi. I need to find a super good one for the 12 month. I don't think I have a good one for 12 months yet, but let me do moving on up, and I don't have a good one. Let me do Deborah's first. Deborah, 6 month. Thank you so much. This will be my first October. And I'm glad to be here. I love that. I hope you enjoy 31 streams in 31 days. I really do.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe
Thank you so much.
in the sky.
And then I have to find a good one. I don't know. I need to find a good one for 12 months, and I just haven't found a good one yet. I just haven't found a good one yet. We need to find a good one on members only stream. And I'm definitely not going to play John Melton for you. I guess we can do, well, we're going to play that for 31 streams in 31 days. Let's do Chariots of Fire. Just tank top. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your birthday month? Let's go. I literally extended my maternity leave another 4 weeks, so I cannot wait to be present for everyone in October. Let's go. I love that. Okay. Tania Baron. Tania Baron was part of the core bestie kind of group. Not mean girl group with Autumn Calabrese, but Autumn Super Trainer had a kind of rotating gravitational pull of friends, besties that she had that ended up leaving, and there was a fallout, a destruction, a implosion that rocked the Beachbody world, and you'll hear about it in the video if I post it. Sparrow hero. I hope you like the 31 streams in 31 days. We're gonna do bracelets. But I need to double check if I need to move the date, because we have some really cool bangles coming from OV, and I want to make sure we can do those because we also are going to give them away. So I need to double check. We may need to make them and then do another stream on another day to like finish them and show them. So I need to check. All right, let's go to the video. And then September.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Okay. I would love this to be in full screen mode. And I would love to be in the correct. I would just love to be in the correct oh my gosh. No, you're incredible. So this is what happened. This is what happened on a members only stream. Literally the other night when I'm just watching, I'm streaming from bed. I didn't stream I streamed, but it was a loaf stream from my bed. And I'm just loafing and watching Bomb Party and pain management of crocheting. And I'm watching Bomb Party because I'm thinking, okay, I'm needing to get ideas, and I just want to see how awful the charms are in Bomb Party because I'm not thinking clearly. I'm gonna go to Michael's because Hobby Lobby doesn't have beads. So I'm gonna go to Michael's, and I haven't been to Michael's in a while. So I know I'm on a squirrel trail. Everyone's like, this is supposed to be about Tanya. Just, you can skip ahead. And then I'm thinking, what are you doing? Olive has stitch markers because they keep saying, oh my God, it's removable. Oh my God, it's removable. And I'm like, Olive has stitch markers for crochet, which are the claspy ones. Do you see? What are you doing? So as everyone's watching Bomb Party, and since I have it connected to my phone, I can just go to Safari. And so I'm go to Ov's Etsy. And here's Ov's Etsy. The Ov shop's name on Etsy is Tekoro, Tekoro. And so I'm typing in Halloween, and I'm going to all the Halloween ones, and I'm adding wizard hat, and I'm adding like a knife that looks like, what looks Halloweeny. Because I'm looking at all the Bomb Party charms, and Bomb Party whatever charms look awful, and so I'm like adding the pumpkin, adding the cat pumpkins, adding the vampire lips, and the like Wolverine teeth, and the ghost with a pumpkin, and just the cute stuff that looks way better, like way better than Bomb Party. And I'm thinking to myself, we're literally gonna be able to do bangles, hopefully. And then I'm like, this is perfect. I can make bangles and then give them away. I may need help with shipping, but I may need help with shipping if y'all win some, because Nightbot's gonna give them away, but like, I may need help with shipping if y'all win one, but that's neither here nor there. Because I was like, this is great. We can actually, it's gonna be called Better Than BP Bangles Stream, because then we're gonna put Ov's bangles, Ov's charms on the bangles like they have on BP, and you can use it as a stitch marker, or you can just wear it as a bangle for a Bomb Party. So I'm online, and Ov always, if you just message Ov on Etsy, and if something's like out of stock so Ov can customize all of the stitch markers for crochet or knitting, whatever size. And so I was just like, hey, do you have this one in a clip? And I was like, sure. And so I'm just dragging it on screen as we're watching Bomb Party. And I was like, hey, do you have this one in a clip? And I was like, sure, I'll do that one too. And I was like, hey, do you have this one in a clip? Because Etsy doesn't always update. I don't think Etsy has updates Ov when something's like out of stock. You just have to message Ov. And so I was like, just dragging stuff on screen, and then I look at the time and it's like 11:30 at night, and I was like, oh, this is probably rude. So anyways, we're gonna have some cool charms that look like Bomb Party stuff. It's gonna be great. It's called Better Than BP Bangles Stream. Anyway, so this is Late Night Live Crew, and we're gonna start right now. Thank you for bearing with me. Etsy doesn't tell me if variations are out of stock, and I have hundreds of them, so I have to check them all individually. That sounds so fun.
Hello.
This is Tanya. She is Britney Spears' former backup dancer. Etsy only tells me if a listing entirely sells out. That's so fun.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do this. I know you guys are excited because the DM's blowing up. And as soon as I see Andrea join on, there she is. All right, let's get Andrea on. Is she there? There we go. There she is.
Yeah. Oh, always. I mean, the second you go on.
Okay.
I know.
Sorry, guys.
Is somebody there?
No one's here. It's because I said hi to you and they think someone's here. Okay, we're going to calm down. And
That's so funny.
I know, right? And I try not to get on them, because we're being good watchdogs, but
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, okay, it's fine.
I know.
It's
Teddy's
fine.
the same. Teddy's the same way. You look so cute in your pink.
I see your little book back.
Look back there.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Now their dogs are going berserk. I'm sorry, guys.
I love it.
I apologize, everybody. This is really professional. They'll calm down.
I love that Christy said it.
This is like so fun. Oh my God. I don't know. Is this like, are we totally relatable now? I mean, I love the floofs. I totally love the floofs. Yeah, Ovswax seals. Slay. Oh, for sure they're using filters. This filter. Also, it's fine. I just can't tell exactly. I have nothing against Botox. Literally nothing. I have a difficult time when I can, like, communicating with, how am I going to say this? When I watch, like, these lives, I watch their faces and stuff like that. I watch their lips and, like, their eyebrows and stuff. When I watch Tanya and this lady, it's difficult to watch their communication because their eyebrows don't do anything, their foreheads don't do anything, and I just watch their lips and I'm like, I'm missing half of it because it's frozen. That has nothing to do with multi-level marketing. It is communication-wise, it's difficult. It's difficult for on the communication side. That's all I'm saying. This has nothing to do with multi-level marketing. It has nothing to do with how good her book is. It has, for me, I talk about it as a communication difficulty with me trying to pull every single piece of communication help because I need a lot of communication help with my autism, and I still don't get a lot of it. I'm not trying to be rude, and I am not against Botox. Literally not. I'm not. I'm not trying to, like, shame people at all. I just can't. That's all. I don't know. I'm not trying to shame you. I really am not. I really am not. I don't. The casual chaos. I don't know. It's kind of like we're just friends. The dogs barking in the background is like an interesting. Tanya always saying, "Oh my God, I was Britney Spears' backup dancer." She said that the entire time that she was in Body. I think and this is just me. It seems like she was trying to elevate herself to the point of wanting to be someone that could be that person who people would want to build a parasocial relationship with. And if she was that person, being that, oh, we're just friends hanging out vibe and having that tone with viewers, being that casual, building that casual pitch before the MLM twistiness. Again, not illegal, just strategic. I think all of this is strategic. It's strategic and I think is a little bit lazy on Tanya's part. There is a lot of, in my opinion, lazy sales stuff on Tanya's part, but yeah. It's a very It's a very long ago flex for Tanya.
Her dogs are going crazy now.
I know. I'm so sorry.
I
Here, we're
put
gonna do.
Chetty in the back because I was like, I know how he gets.
Put some noise canceling headphones in. Bye, Alexis.
The second I go on to any type of live or anything I'm doing, like podcast, whatever, the UPS guy comes, the FedEx guy comes, and then it's all chaos. So yeah, I get it.
I'm sorry. You chat with everybody. We're gonna start in 30 seconds. I'm gonna get them.
Hi guys. Oh, hello, Jessica. Nice to see you. Favorite coach. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having a great day. What day is it today? Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay. I'm
Love this.
excited. Okay. All right, guys. I know you guys have all, I want to know, okay, just in the comments, how many of y'all have either pre-ordered Andrea's book, Small Moves, Big Life, or are planning to and will do it right after this. So don't sign off, because I know my pre-order is in.
Bandwagon fallacy. She said, how many of y'all have either pre-ordered Andrea's book, Small Moves, Big Life, or are planning to? And this is where consumer protection comes in, and you notice how she's using her platform to direct her downline and her viewers, her audience, towards buying. And when an MLM leader pairs enthusiasm with tell me in the comments if you already bought, that creates social proof pressure, and people watching may feel like they should pre-order just to keep up. And that's not neutral book promotion. That's kind of a recruitment adjacent selling. And if you're on Tanya's team, if you want to impress Tanya, you may want to buy, and then you can tell her, oh, I got that book. And you're going to hear later what Tanya is going to reward people with for buying that book. Nora is giving Gilderoy Lockhart. Yes. Denise, how are you? It's good to see you. Incessant barking. Yeah. Maya, what's up?
Okay. I appreciate that. I'm excited for it. Like, it's crazy because, the girls and I have been working on this for so long. And then, you know how it is. Any big project that you work on, we all know that it takes so long. I mean, it's been years and years and years of working on this. And finally, it's like we're weeks away, and it's exciting.
Look, everyone's like, I did, me, I will. So let's just jump right into the book, because I'm even really super excited, because I know you and I haven't even really had a chance to dive into. So I'm just like everybody else here. I pre-ordered the book, and I'm so excited. So just give us a little, first of all, tell us when the book launches.
Yes. So the book launches on October 14th. So we're very close. But if you do pre-order the book now, and I see that a lot of you have, so thank you so much for that support. And I also recorded, Tanya, I did a series of videos to correlate with the book, because one of the chapters is all about movement.
Let me just double check. Because I'm not sure. Live chat, do you remember which MLM company that Tanya bailed to? Because I don't remember if it was Shackley, Make Wellness. I know she's blocked me, but I don't remember. Hold on. I really don't remember. I haven't looked into her in a while. She is platforming a book she hasn't read. A Maya raid. Oh my god, I have a video for this. Hold on. I have a video for this. Oh my god. Maya, I have a video for this. Oh my god. Hold on. Where is it?
So a squadron of raiders is broken off and are now inbound.
I have a video for that. Thank you so much. A squadron of raiders has broken off and is now inbound. That's what we have for our raiders. I don't remember. I think Kat Napolitano and Tanya went to the same company. Was it Make Wellness? Make Wellness. Dr. Tap. Thank you, your tank top friend. I think okay, Make Wellness. If y'all don't know, Maya and Dr. Tap have a Sunday show that starts. You can look at Maya. I'm linking Maya's channel. It's called Bad Science Sunday, and they debunk bad science fluffery. It's from 9:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. EST. And you can click on the link here to go sub. So Maya is in the chat and Dr. Tapioca Weasel is in the chat. So if you like debunking bad science and good times, that might be a show for you.
Obviously, and it's 10 minutes of movement, and that's what I focus on in the book is the power and efficiency of consistency, the power and effectiveness of consistency. And so I decided let's make it really easy instead of just
welcome to Illyria. Oh my god, thank you so much. BB's just gifted 5 DC memberships. Welcome to Illyria. I'm like telling all the lore. When we first got memberships back in oh my god, when did we get memberships? 2023? I don't remember. In my head, I would sing "Welcome to Illyria," which is from She's a Man. So that's why we had the song, and now we have the video. But that's why we say "Welcome to Illyria." That's literally all, just because that's what I. Anyways, welcome.
Horatio Gold, headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Welcome to all of our new members. Oh my god, Dr. Tap. Dr. Tap gifted 5 DC memberships. So we have 10, and BB's gifted 5 DC memberships. There's a lot of y'all. Welcome everyone. If you want to join the Discord, you can do that here. Nightbot will give the link. I'm just giving the command, and then Nightbot, you can click the link through Nightbot. Welcome. Yes, 2023. Shadow knows all the deets. Yep, Dr. Tap and BBeeps. Y'all are being naughty in the chat. Thank you so much. Ov and Shadow have the best memory. Why did that guy look familiar? I'm not sure. I am not sure. I don't remember what actor that is. Welcome, new members. We are giving away 10 memberships as well on October 1st. So if you want to try for a membership, make sure to turn on gifted memberships and join the stream on October 1st.
telling everyone go do a 10-minute workout. I'm going to film 10-minute workouts, and if you purchase the book, you just send me a receipt to admin@smallmovesbiglife.com, and then I will send you access to the free workouts. And you know I've never done free workouts. Like, I've never recorded workouts and then given them away for free. So this is the first time I've ever done that, and I also pre-recorded a bunch of stretches as well. So
Autumn Calabrese is gonna be pissed over this. That's why she started crying. Okay, you recorded a video on body on the Autumn a little bit had a small meltdown about she felt betrayed about her friends going to other multi-level marketing companies. She alluded to the betrayal about this. So this purchase with bonus model on its own, that can be fine, but in the MLM context, trying free health and fitness content to proof of purchase raises, I don't know, potential FTC concerns. The FTC has warned against making purchases feel mandatory to access community or perks because it blurs the line between genuine support and disguised recruitment funnels. I don't remember I know Tanya's done this before plenty in Body. I know Make Wellness does this all the time. I know that Nueva is doing this, if I remember correctly. So I know lots of MLMs still do this. Coincidentally, he was the bad guy in the live action Chipmunks movie. I love that, David. David? I keep saying your name wrong. He's in Arrested Development. I need to...
There's really no excuses. I wanted to take away all the excuses to say, like, where do I get 10-minute workouts? I don't want to pay for them. This is all together. So you get the book, you get the workouts.
Did you guys hear that? She never, I've known Andrea, I want to say
While
13 years, maybe. I
at
can't do
least.
the math, but it's been a long time. So we go way back, and I've never seen her do, like free workouts. I mean, not, because it's part of her program. And,
Right.
you've had your Extend Bar program for so many years. That's how I met you. So you guys, this is a huge treat. And
Extend Bar program, Andrea. Andrea Rogers. Oh, she was in Body. Oh. Hold on. Oh, this is twisty as hell. Please hold. Small Moves Big Life is still. Extend Bar is still being sold on Body. Extend Bar is still being sold. Is it? No, it's still being sold on Body. This makes so much sense why Tanya's face looks like that when she's talking about her 10-minute workouts. This is so much twistier than I thought it was going to be. Here's why. I think that Tanya is trying to warm up her exit from Beachbody to maybe potentially get more people to follow her to Make Wellness. Do y'all think that is too wild of an idea? I wonder if oh my god, the book cover. Who did this? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We just gotta look at the cover. Can we just look at the cover for 1 second? Everyone's like, we don't care about the cover. You worked on this for years and years and years, and nobody spent 1 second on the book cover? Nobody gave one damn. Not one? Not one. Let me just ask you a question. Okay, you had something interesting going with Big Life. Okay? You had a little bit of something interesting. I don't hate the color. I don't hate the orange. I don't hate the white. All right? You said, all right, I'm going with text layout. Interesting. What the hell? You just gave up with the white text. You started something interesting with the Big Life. I thought you were doing something interesting with the text layout with Big Life, that you were doing like an arrow situation when I saw it further back behind you. What are you doing with the small moves? Are you kidding me? You have a comma on your website. Small moves, comma, Big Life. You didn't put a comma on your book. Oh, we're just like, you know what? Letting? Fuck it. We don't care about letting. You worked on this book for years and years and years, and you didn't hire a graphic designer for this book? You know what? If you did hire a graphic designer, who was it? Who did the graphic design on this book? Do I buy this book? Where are you selling this book? Where are you selling this book? Where's Every Joe when we need her? Site designed by Hart and Haven. The book. Oh, it's sold. Do we go to Barnes & Noble and roast the book? I have to send the glasses back on Monday. And then we have to get the new glasses when they go back. I want to know who did the graphic design for the frickin' book. We got to go to Barnes & Noble. We'll go to Barnes & Noble on Monday. What? What are you... Oh, undo. What are you doing? You just like the M and the B? You thought you were doing something cool there? The V and the I? Did you fail? Did you fail Illustrator class? I hope the fashion designer and entrepreneur didn't even see the cover on this before they did the... Like, what are you doing? You could have done something interesting with this space. Like, you could have almost done an arrow. Should we fix this? What's with the leading? Do not tell me you did this. Oh my God, don't even tell me you did this. Where's our ruler? Where is our ruler? Oh. Okay, I understand. I understand printing a book, right? You have your spine. You have to have room for your spine, right? You do that. Cool. You adjust for it in how you create your book, okay? You move everything over so that your book actually starts here, okay? Your book starts where the crispy part is after the pages and where it seals. All right? Where the actual stitching is and the glue, okay? Your book starts here. The cover starts here. All right? So what? It's 0 to a little bit before the 6. All right? So we have 0 to 8. All right, so let's see this. Maybe it's 0 to 8. Nope. Sure ain't. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's try this. Sure ain't. What are you doing? The A has a little bit of a belly. Fine. Okay. We don't care. We don't care. All right? What are you doing with this leading? The leading is the space from the bottom, like, so you see supercharge, from the bottom of the C in supercharge to the bottom of the A in happiness. That space is leading. This is huge leading. Huge. That's their, so small moves, big, that's their, like, their logo. So small moves, big life. It is all small case, a lowercase in their logo on their website. So that's what they're going for. This is just this book. Like, I don't know what they were doing. Her name. Not my book, not my problem. It has nothing to do with MLM, except she is part of the machine of Beachbody. This lady is here. I think Tanya is doing this to try to not appear to be the enemy of Beachbody when she is part of another MLM. That's just my opinion. I cannot with this book. I would redo it on a live stream. Oh my God, I hate it. Has nothing to do with MLM. Other than you're telling me you did it for years and years.
I've actually done a few of those. I did 3 of the 10-minute workouts, and I was like, why did I do 3 in a row?
It's a lot, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's effective. You know how it goes. Like, you get the most out of the movement. Like, you can't just do 10 minutes and not make it count. Those 10 minutes you have to really show up. And so if you show up and you do it,
I did not make friends in
we
school.
all know the power
I
of
was
consistency
an
when it comes to
awful
exercise.
person.
That's where it's at. So that's my goal
I think
for everybody, is to focus how to really become that person that moves their
undiagnosed
body
autism.
every single day, non-negotiable, no excuses.
that's what I love about,
I may have also said in school, how come you're not giving me good critique? I want to get a job when I graduate. And it was just a rough draft critique. And I was very angry towards my fellow classmates. My teacher maybe told me to calm down, but I was very passionate about and confused about why my fellow students were not giving me good critique about my work. So, yep.
even with the title, right? Small moves, big life. Just a little bit can be so effective if you are consistent with it, and then you start to stack. You habit stack.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, wait, I've been super consistent. And you're like, I'm feeling really good. My skin's looking good. I'm sleeping better. You're like, what changed? Oh, I'm doing these like just small incremental changes. And I think that's such an important message for everybody, that you don't have to do this massive overhaul of your life. And I think that is what becomes super overwhelming for people. It's that's right.
Okay, it's interesting though that Tanya's talking about this now. Okay, let me back up. Two things. Results framing, like my skin's looking good, she's sleeping better, and similar outcomes pop up later. And even when casual, these can sound like health claims, and wellness marketing needs evidence or disclaimers, particularly if it's anywhere near product ecosystems and language watch, non-negotiable, no excuses, is, I mean, she's gonna say it. I'm like, I shouldn't reveal before she does. Health is more than aesthetics, and Tanya changes and is chameleon-like when she gets around people. And from when I've watched her over and over and over and over again, especially with the Snark crew when I used to stream with them, when she's by herself, she cares a lot about how much she weighs and her aesthetics, and she's been caught editing her photos. And now when she's around Andrea, she cares about her sleep and her skin. Health is more than how you look. And yeah, I'm great she brought up her sleep. How are you sleeping? How is your water intake? How are you eating? Like, how is your cholesterol? Like, what do your labs say? Are you meeting your moving goals? How is your mobility if you are able to be mobile? With your doctor, are you able to reach your safe goals with your activity? Do you have plans in place if you want to change your mobility, if that's possible? How is your pain management? How is your mental health management? How is your whatever that is? Like, there's a whole like range of health. And when we've seen people in body, you can't just there's no acknowledgement when they go from MLM to MLM and they have only focused on aesthetics, and then when they go to a new MLM, they never say, wow, I was really harmed. I was harmful to others with what I said before. And I can't ignore that now in my new MLM. I can go forward, but I also need to acknowledge what I said before. I haven't heard anybody say that who's jumped to their new MLM. I've just heard them be chameleons when they talk to different people. I would have tortured designs. Critique for me would have been, it should be illegal for you to arrange graphic elements together in any way ever again. At least I knew enough to not use Comic Sans. For me, it's like, I know better now that I'm older. I want someone to pick up the book. If you're a book designer, I want someone to pick up the book. I want someone to be able to read the book. If I have problems reading things, if I'm laying out the book, I want someone to be able to not have any speed bumps as they're working their way through even super technical data filled things for oil companies or whatever, and they have their drill bits, their drill bits for their oil or oil drilling, whatever. Whatever it is. You obviously don't want to, people don't need to pick up that book like they're always going to, but cover wise, I want someone to pick up the book. In this book, it's I don't want to pick up that book. I would be like, what the you don't want to go to the bookstore with me. You don't want to go to the bookstore with me. I will not pick, okay, you don't want to go to the bookstore with me. You just don't. You just don't. It's good that I have a Kindle. That's all I'm going to say. Because Kindle has been life-changing for me because I don't have to look at a cover. And I will read a book now because I don't have to look at a cover. Because I will not read a book because of the cover. And that is super judgmental of me. rip to me.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
they
I
tell
mean, we see
me,
these things where it's like, and are they effective? Yes. If you overhaul everything and you completely change your diet and completely change your workouts and redo everything, but it's just not consistent in terms of longevity. Like it's not sustainable.
not
And so,
sustainable.
yeah, it's not
I've been
sustainable.
there.
Yeah, right. And you've figured out your secret, right? And that's all about consistency. It's about finding what works for you. But that's why I wrote this book, is because and it's not all nutrition and wellness. A lot of it is mindset, and a lot of it is focused on productivity and how to get your life organized and how to actually understand what it is that you're going after and what you want to accomplish, and getting clear with your priorities and reducing the clutter in your life and getting clear with how to feel focused and energized throughout the day. And so these things came to me through some very challenging times in my life when the world was spinning and I felt
This sounds like Atomic Habits and Marie Kondo had a baby and this sounds like Marie Kondo, Atomic Habits, and 8-minute cleaning had a baby, or 8-minute, what's it called? 8-minute cleaning? Hold on. 8-minute cleaning. There's a book called 8-minute cleaning book. It's like, what's it called? What's it? The Cleaning Ninja? No, it's 8-minute. Maybe it's the Cleaning Ninja. It might be the Cleaning Ninja, but it sounds like Atomic Habits, Marie Kondo, the Cleaning Ninja had a baby, and this is the book. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not fair. It's probably not fair. Maybe that's not fair. I haven't read it. I sure have not.
felt like I just couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't get out of the fog. And I knew I had to make some significant changes. And so these little teeny things started to happen in my life. And I started to be consistent with them and notice, okay, if I actually do this breathing technique every single day, I feel completely different, not only immediately, but, the next day I'm feeling the effects of doing that from yesterday. And
Right. No, I'm not saying, for sure, that's great. Breathing techniques, great. There's some good things they're saying. I'm not trying to. If you like Andrea Rogers, great. If you like Tania Baron, great. I don't like some of the things she does that continue to break Section 5 of the FTC Act. I don't like some of the things she does that breaks the FDA rules. That she continues to do. I don't like all the things that she did to break the rules when she was in Beachbody. The fact that she never put a disclaimer on her before and after photos. I don't like that she edited her photos when she posted them to make it seem like Beachbody was more effective than it was. I didn't like, in my opinion, that she allegedly was taking supplements that she didn't disclose that made it seem like Beachbody was more effective than it was. In my opinion, I think that is manipulative. I think that is wrong. Raven! I think it's wrong. It's deceptive. Again, FTC violation. The habit stacking stuff, the small changes add up, the massive overhaul, the sustainability over quick fixes, on principle, that's reasonable. Small, sustainable habits are great. The question is, will the sales model stay as sustainable as the message? Tanya is trying to make, I think, herself available to Andrea's audience. Andrea is not a recruiter in body, from what I understand. She might be a former body coach. It was unclear if Autumn ever was a secret coach, unclear. But she said that she was only paid for how well her programs did. And she was also paid for the advertising, like the reels that she did for Body. And she was not going to be doing that in the future. So she lost a lot of money. Andrea Rogers might have done the same thing. So Andrea Rogers was a super coach for Body. So I think this more applies to Tanya, but in MLM tied spaces, sustainable habits sometimes gets paired with unsustainable purchasing or recruitment expectations. And keep those separate in your mind. Habits do not equal buy-ins. Tanya is promoting this book. I'm not going to say I'm going to guarantee you, but Tanya, being an MLM, could use this book as a training book and tie it in with MLM training. They use Atomic Habits in MLM training. They use a lot of self-help books in MLM training. This sounds like a book that they are going to use in MLM training. Just from my experience of being in MLM from 2014 February to 2022 April. So that's my 12 cents that you didn't ask for.
So all these little things, none of it's rocket science, but all of it added up together, which is 30 minutes or less a day, is a game changer and has been the foundation of my life. You know, it's how I have continued to be able to get through the hard times, to get through the challenges, to stay focused, to stay energized. Single mom, running a business, doing all the things. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's how I get things done, is by leaning into these repetitive practices and principles every single day.
Y'all, and I know you follow Andrea, I'm like, how is she doing all of this? And I know, and I'm pretty, we're very similar, we're very productive women, we're go, 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 go. But I even watch, I'm like, wow, I am just in awe of you and how much you get done as a single mom,
Shadow.
I mean, and then you're jetting off here, and you're running your businesses and you're doing all stuff. But you know what? My favorite part of it is that I see the joy. Like, I don't see you just like grinding just to grind. And I think that's so important that your girls are seeing that. And I love and I love that you I'm so excited that you wrote this book, because I think so many people, they need to hear you. They need to know you and learn from you. I know that I learn from you all the time, and I'm so excited. So I guess my next question is, so like, who specifically, or maybe it's not a specific person, do you think your book is for? Who?
So I wrote it for women. Okay. So as I wrote this book, because this is my primary client base, right? I have worked with women since I started in this industry in 2005. So that is my primary base. And it's interesting, Tanya, because no matter where I was at in the world, whether I was visiting a studio of ours in Taiwan or whether I was in Delray Beach, Florida, no matter where I was going, I was hearing the same questions, like from all the women and the members, same questions and same challenges. And it was interesting to me, right? I'd be like, oh, I'm in Beijing and this woman here is asking me, how could she find consistency with her workout?
Okay, here's a question. Is Andrea Rogers a registered personal trainer? Andrea Lee Rogers, NASM.org. Let's look it up. I just want to look it up. I want to look up. Validate credentials. Search by name. Andrea Rogers. I don't know if this is her. Behavior change science help clients stick with their program. How would we know if this is her though? Ooh, chocolate chip. Oh, snickerdoodles. Oh, I don't know. What about chocolate chip today and snickerdoodles on October 1st? Motivating people for better health. Sometimes you just have to unplug the harmful effects of excessive exercise. Working through cancer, exercise as a part of recovery. Does Andrea... Hold on. I'm trying to find this out. Oh, she's not... She... What? Where was she before? She's a Dallas resident. That was 2022. So this is not her. ACE certification check. Name ACE certification check. I'll have to ask Aaron how to do this. It says you can only do it through their number. Oh, does my ACE Pro have an credential? Andrea Rogers. No results. What? What? Okay, I'm not gonna panic. I'm just going to save this information for later.
Routine, and this one saying, hey, I'm overwhelmed with my life. How do you find time to do all these things? Or, hey, I'm going through a really hard breakup. What did you do to get through your divorce? And all these we all have the same things, no matter where we're from, what our backgrounds are. There's a lot of similar challenges. Very unique to our own situation, but similar. And so I started to find myself giving this advice, if you will, or sharing my, principles. This is
therapy.
This is what I do. These are my practices. Oh, try doing this. Try doing this.
I mean, I get it. This is what I do. I recommend going to therapy. I am not a therapist. Go to therapy. I do DBT. I recommend going to therapy. This is my list before I get to a red zone. I learned this in therapy. This is my Bill of Rights. I learned this in therapy. This is my Bill of Rights. I do this to remember what I do when I'm anxious. I recommend going to therapy. That's why I do this. That's why I say, this is what I do. I'm not a therapist. I'd recommend going to therapy. I get that. I get what she's saying. It is strange that she says, I wrote a book because I was giving advice to people. Miss Ma'am is not a therapist. I don't know what I feel about somebody. I don't know what I feel. I don't know. What do y'all think? I know, Late Night Live crew. 12 of y'all who are here. Replay crew. What do y'all think? I don't know what I think. I don't know what I think when I hear someone say, I was giving so much advice to people. I wrote a book. on the topics that she was giving advice on. Also, is she a certified personal trainer?
Let's try doing this. And it was the same 7 things again and again and again. Finally, I was like, I'm going to put this into a workshop. And I launched it on my retreat, and it resonated. It resonated big time. And so I started to zoom out and go, okay, I think I need a more tangible, long-term version of this. I think I'm going to write a book, And I didn't know where it would go. I didn't know if it would get published. I didn't, it was just like, I knew it was on my heart to do this. I wanted to write this down. I wanted to share my story too. I wanted to share.
Okay, I understand sharing your story.
Things I pulled out of a hat. This is,
I understand a biography. I understand that. I get that.
These are principles that I've been using for years, many of which have almost a decade. And I wanted to share these things and go, hey,
could be a life coach.
Has worked for me.
She does a bar class for body. She's done a bar class for body. She still sells it for body. She still sells it for body. If you're a member, yeah, members, we'll do an infiltration at Barnes and Noble's.
Closest friends. It's worked for a lot of my clients and members. I think this can make a difference in your life. And I love working with women. This is like my favorite thing in the world to do, is to help women to feel confident and courageous and capable of going after what they want to go after.
I love that. I'm like, I want to read it right now. I want to read it right now. I'm really excited. I'm really excited, and I know it's going to touch a lot of people, help so many people, and that is the goal, right? Is for all of us to just be, that's making such a huge impact in the world, right? You're saying we have people all over the world that are all struggling with, a lot of the same thing, no matter where they're at. And imagine just like a world of happier people that are
more productive, less happier and more productive. Yeah,
more productive and just better relationship, just all around. Like the world will. I know, not they're sounding like cliche, but the world would be such a better place, right? If we were just all just a little bit happier, a little bit healthier, a little bit, So but I do love that
the world would be in a better place if we were just a little bit happier, if we were just a little bit healthier. Just be happy. Just be healthy. It's so much more complex than that. How about understanding that humans have inherent value, even if they disagree with you? I need more pumpkins here. Heaps of watermelons, though. I do love watermelons. Good night. Good night. Good night. I just finished work. Nice. Being a body coach is not enough credentials. Correct. I don't even know. Just be happy. Toxic positivity. Just be thin and look like you're healthy. What does healthy look like to you, Tanya? If healthy can be anything, good sleep and good skin, why are you editing your posts on social media? Why are you editing your pictures? I mean, earlier, Andrea was talking about, not all nutrition and wellness. There's lots of mindset in the book and productivity in the book. And there's getting clear on her priorities. There's techniques from her hard times, daily breathing. There's 30 minutes or less that you practices and stuff like that. Mindset tools like breathing and routine absolutely can help. No argument from me. Just note, what begins as a book chat gradually positions the speaker as a life system authority. That authority is valuable social capital in sales funnels. Consumer, I don't know. Tip for you. tip for someone watching as somebody who buys shit. When someone's life story is used to credentialize a purchase, ask for the evidence that the specific product or program, not just general routines, derives the promised benefits. Where's the evidence? Not just, this happened for me, trust me, bro. Trust me, ma'am. Whatever. Probably no more after I go shopping. I feel like it's summer all the time in Texas, and it's not even freaking cold here. Still hot as hell. Healthy to me is having my general physician telling me in my appointment that everything looks normal as you're presenting no symptoms of anything to be concerned about in regards to your health. I think another point, they both brought it up. Tanya brought it up, and Aunt Andrea kind of confirmed it. They both said, I'm just, I'm single mom running a business. And Tanya said, I get things done. And then I realized you get so many more things done. And we've seen Tanya. I don't know if y'all have seen Tanya, but I used to watch Tanya a lot, especially with the Snark crew, because fuckery was definitely afoot. But it was go, 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 go. And Tanya promoted that. But there's lots of stuff that they were talking about so far, but stuff in the book that was talked about, like prioritizing, doing all the tips that she has were in the book, but essentially all the tips culminated into that's how she got things done, just to power through. But that survival, essentially the survivor hustle narrative, I think on a pedestal, admirable, but easily weaponized in MLM culture. If I can do it, you can do it. I think everyone who's got out of MLM, me especially, I guess, just remember survivor bias. We hear success stories far more than typical outcomes. And a lot of times the typical outcomes are silenced. And there's a lot of shame when you get out of MLM if you have quote unquote failed, especially when you try to speak up. And if you've been shunned, or I guess shunned, kicked out of group chats, nobody talks to you anymore, people from your community don't talk to you anymore, stuff like that. So nobody wants to hear it. Everyone just wants to hear the amazing story of, oh my God, $15 million club at Monations. That's amazing. I would do it. Game changer. Honestly, game changer. I was terrified after I got out of Young Living because it was going from trying to fix everything with essential oils and then dipping my toes back into traditional medicine space and getting a primary care physician who was incredible. And then, well, that took a while. And then advocating for myself. I did need to bring a battle buddy with me to the doctor, but having someone with me and also advocating for myself with my physician who I found and I trusted, and then navigating all this shit show, but getting an evaluation, game changer. Getting a diagnosis, game changer. Healthy is you accepting that your body is your own and it's something to be proud of. That's health, that's beauty. I mean, my chronic pain will be there, but it's not life-threatening. Yep. Oh. I just want to say how strong you are, especially, and everyone in the chat. Healthy is more than just a look at, look is at the core of what I'm trying to say. And Tanya, no one needs this energy. Oh. Reese, you're the best.
Going to show us, throughout this book that it's just, just small things, right?
Small things that add up, and all science facts. So again, I did my research, like this.
All science facts? Okay.
You'll see within the book why all of these strategies.
Hey, how come the book's so thin if you actually, listed all of the studies? Huh? When you actually list things, and you do it properly, and you cite things correctly, and then at the end of each chapter, all of the studies are cited, or even if you list them and all at the very end of the entire book, all of the studies are listed, it's more convenient if you list them at the end of each chapter, but normally the book ends up pretty thick, in my opinion. But I don't know, the book doesn't seem that thick, unless you wrote really small.
Strategies work and why some of these simple things have really magnificent, massive compound effects when done consistently. So
I love it. Okay, so we already talked about it launches October 14th. Just to remind you,
October 14th, and I'm doing some stuff. So and Tanya, I haven't even told you this yet. So
okay,
I'm going to launch it in New York City. So on the 14th and 15th, if you guys live in the New York City area, I'll be doing an event. I guess I can announce it here. I don't think it's locked. Anyway, I'm doing an event at a very cool retailer.
My brain is buffering on the research. I don't know, is your brain buffering on the research? I hear, the screaming in the background that's going to happen tomorrow on Replay Crew is what research? I feel like I can hear Amy screaming, what research? A little bit. If... I don't... I don't... If research is mentioned, it's fair to ask. I think it's fair. I think it's fair to ask what research? Evidence summaries? I think I'm still buffering on the citations. That book is fucking thin. Distinguish between personal experience and generalized claims. Consumer tip number 5000. Look for specifics, study names, sample sizes, and whether claims match what's actually studied. I know, it's just a book. It's pink. It's cute looking, even though the text on the front is awful. Don't be distracted by the pink cover. I don't know. I'm frustrated. I don't know why Tanya did this. I know why Tanya did this live. I'm just over it.
A very cool designer, yes, Madison, which is going to be so cool at the store. I won't name it yet, but it's amazing. So I'm doing an event there. We're going to be doing a shopping, sipping, book signing, and then the next day I'm going to be
on the 14th and 15th.
On the 14th, that's at the store. And the
Okay.
15th, I'm going to be at Maman, which is an amazing, I don't know if you've ever been to Maman. You know Maman. Like, we all love Maman. And we're going to do a big life in matcha kind of drink together. And then I'm going to be doing a book signing open to everybody at that store location. So that will be happening. I'll give all the details out. And then I'm also going to be doing an event here in Dallas. So if you guys live in Dallas, I'm locking that in, and then I'm working on LA as well. So I'm going to have a whole little week of
What?
kind of going all over the
Dallas?
place and trying to hopefully meet and connect with everybody.
So make sure you stay locked in on Andrea's stories. I mean, I'm glued to her stories the minute I see it. So, and she
Right
will
back
be,
at you.
yeah, the love is there. The love is there. So that you can get all the information on all the different dates, because I will be as well. I didn't tell you this. Allison and I, we have our girlfriend,
Yes.
Allison.
Oh,
Her birthday's October 15th. I have back-to-back Nashville trips, right, sandwiching that. And we're
yeah.
like, could I squeeze in New York City and get to Andrea's event in the middle? It's
God.
Allison's birthday. Anyway,
Oh,
you guys,
I
I
want
know.
to see her. Yes.
I know. So we'll see if that happens. So, okay, so stay tuned. Andrea's going to give you guys all the fun
All the
dates and
details.
yeah, because you guys, if you have a chance to be live in the presence of Andrea, it will make a difference. I mean, you are just, not only are you just one of like the most beautiful, sweetest, most authentic humans, like you just, when I'm with you, when any
I think that Tanya's trying to. How am I supposed to say this? It seems to me that Tanya again is trying to get in front of Andrea's audience to have Andrea's audience come over to Tanya so that they can sign up for Tanya's multi-level marketing company. Is that too, like, cynical? Or is it, I feel like that's more pragmatic. I feel like I'm being more pragmatic. I don't think I'm being too cynical. The fake love is just so easy to read. The fake friendship would break me. Literally, I'm be like, nah, bye. My brother has severe autism, nonverbal till around 8. He's 27 now and thriving at home. My son is showing some signs early, and I feel like I should evaluate myself as well. Honestly, getting an evaluation was life-changing and heartbreaking at the same time because, like, I would get it. It was heartbreaking because there were a lot of things growing up that would have been way different and have been less painful, and some religious trauma would have been not traumatic. Like, maybe some friend stuff would have not had happened. I mean, it may have still have happened, but, like, it wouldn't have been, I would have understood, like, more why stuff had happened. It was like when I got diagnosed, it was like a very deep breath. Like, I had been, like, holding my breath of, like, what's wrong with me? I feel like I'm crazy. And then when I got diagnosed, I was like, I could take a full breath. It is, and if you, for me, it feels like before I was in the middle of the ocean and I was barely, like, able to keep my head above water in combination with my mental health stuff and my undiagnosed mental health stuff and my undiagnosed autism stuff. And I didn't know how to float, and I didn't know how, like, couldn't swim, any of it. And when I got the right combination of my tools for my mental health things, and I've gotten my like for my I'm trying to figure this out, how to say this. For my chronic pain stuff, my mental health stuff, I feel like someone put on a life vest for me. And for like, there's enough air that my head is more above water. And with my chronic pain, as we're figuring out the right type of balance so that I'm able to have better days and I can think more clearly because I can function through like my pain cloud. There's more air in my life vest, if that makes sense. So I can have my head more above water, if that makes sense. I have like tools, and then I can, with my I don't know, like it with my like my diagnosis, it feels more like I still feel like I'm sorry, this is definitely a squirrel trail. Let me do a caveat and then I'll finish my story. When I went to go get evaluated, I did not expect to get any diagnosis at all. So when I got diagnosed with autism, I was very, 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 like, I was shocked. I did not expect that in a million billion years. And so I did not know how to process it for a while. And after I took a few days, I was like, it felt like a deep breath. And I didn't feel like I was crazy anymore. And I didn't feel like I was, like everything like when I was a kid, like made more sense and that I wasn't broken anymore. And I wasn't like, well, whatever. So even though I had felt like my arms and legs didn't feel like they could learn how to swim like my siblings, when I got diagnosed, I felt like I could learn how to have the tools, even though moving my arms and legs in the water was very painful. This is not a good example. Everyone in the live chat was like, so I got diagnosed, I think 2 years into live streaming, and everyone in the live chat was like, we already knew. As Off said, DC, I'm so sorry, but I told you before that you should have been peer reviewed as autistic. I totally get it if it was still unexpected though, because it being official is different. Yeah, live chat was like, we already knew. I had never, growing up in like, kind of in a church that didn't necessarily do the like super into therapy or into counseling but not into therapy, if that makes sense, like into counseling but not into psychology, not necessarily into prescription medication ish, you know what I'm saying, like not into diagnosing, because naming something gives it power over you. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was very, if that gives you an idea, you kind of felt like, wow, I must be having some big sin in my heart if I have these big emotions, or if I'm very different than my siblings. Like, I have very different, very strong responses, or like, how come I have to wear long sleeves, long pants in the summer? Or like, I have to keep explaining something over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, as I'm doing right now. Yes. Hello, Alexis. Yes. Anyways. All that to say, I was relieved after I have been processing it. It was a relief, and also the unmasking part of the process is painful. Navigating the world as somebody who is verbal and can being able to verbalize how painful navigating the world is when you can being able to navigate the world and verbalize how difficult it is the sensory overload is, hearing electricity, the light, the sounds, the textures, all of a sudden, textures of food being different, how things taste, how things smell, like people touching you, your own chewing, like sending you into a rage, like all this stuff. That is that gives me a lot of empathy for people who are not verbal, have limited mobility as well, and additionally have other factors that make navigating the world even more difficult. So, and cannot verbalize when they're in pain or when they're in overstimulation, and their stims end up hurting themselves and others. You know what I'm saying? Like, my therapist is like, is your stimming hurting yourself? No. If it is, you can continue to stim. Is your stim hurting other people? No. You can continue to stim. Is your stim making other people uncomfortable? Yes. Then you can continue to stim. That's fine. Is your stim hurting other people? No. Like, your order of operations. But I can, like, does she have to tell me that? Yeah. Am I going to be able to figure that out myself? No. I got a degree in linguistics, and I exist as a semi-verbal, usually situational and specific topics, or if something happens, it can take weeks for me to start talking again. It's complicated. Yep. I had 2 therapists or whatever. I don't know. I was a teenager. Tell me I wasn't autistic. My mom got them to say that. I think, ugh, but I was like, ma'am, I can go nonverbal for weeks days or weeks at a time. Yeah, you gotta. The therapy world is wild because you can get really terrible therapists and really incredible therapists, and finding therapists who have an understanding and experience with neurodivergent individuals is key, because I have to do a stream at some point on my experience in outpatient, my partial hospitalization program, and my my outpatient program, because the therapist there did not have any experience with neurodivergent people, and it was a wild experience. It was a wild experience. So, Mila, hello. That's awesome, Shadow. That's what I tell others when my son stims. Both were excessively awful. One had a vegetarian daughter doing God's work by being vegetarian and tried to talk me out of also being vegetarian because my mom didn't want me to be. That's awful love. All right, sorry. Let's get back to the video. Detour. I'm sorry.
Everybody's with you, you can feel your heart, and that speaks volumes. It's truly like, oh, well, that's why we're friends.
That's why we're friends.
Okay, guys, so that's the book. Don't forget, if you pre-order, can you remind everybody how to get the free workouts?
Yes. So if you go to smallmovesbiglife.com, all the information is there. And then you buy a book. You can buy it through like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you go. And then email me at admin@smallmovesbiglife.com. But it's all on the website, smallmovesbiglife.com.
Okay.
Is that... I guess that's fine. I don't know. I guess that's okay. I don't know if that's probably not an FTC violation.
Yay. Smallmovesbiglife.com. All the information is there. Y'all, those 10-minute workouts are amazing. Okay, so yay. We're excited for the book. It's very soon. Okay, now I have something really fun because we thought, like sometimes we're like, okay, we want to just have some fun.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just one, like, we can't find her credentials. Maybe they're still based out of Nevada. I still have to find them. If you can find them, if you're on the replay crew, great. If you can confirm that hers are based out of Nevada, if that's what we found on NASM, great. She's in Dallas now. I don't know if you have to switch those over. She moved to Nevada in 2022. It's 2025 now. I can't find them. She's still working and doing her programs out of body. Shouldn't you have switched over by now? Shouldn't you have? Again, she's telling you where you can buy the book and where you can find the directions for emailing the receipt. We're back to the purchase receipt gate. And if health content is really meant to help broadly, it shouldn't require buying something else to access basics. Consider free evidence-based alternatives from public health organizations or reputable trainers with transparent credentials, because it doesn't seem that Andrea Rogers' credentials are that transparent at this point. And maybe I just don't know how to use the internet. That's totally possible. And she said nobody has ever quit on her, so I immediately quit on her. Get it. The organization, oh my God. Oh no, sorry for ruining your perfect... Let me do this.
Oh no, sorry for ruining your perfect track record. So sad. Maybe you should have been better.
Maybe Snark just had to.
We might have some girl talk.
Yeah, we're going to do some girl talk, but like we also thought like some little speed round stuff. And I think this is really fun to kind of get to know Andrea more, and I can chime in too on some of my things. Okay, so I'm just going to run down a couple of things. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh God.
We're going to do it this or that. We're going to
Okay.
do like,
Okay,
okay.
my daughters love this. Okay.
Okay, so coffee or tea?
Matcha. Good tea. Tea.
Coffee. Okay, beach vacation?
We don't give a shit. Master any skill. We don't care. I'm just going over. Can we skip this? Can we skip this? We're just gonna skip it. There's nothing else. It's just, I'm like, did we do anything? It's just like this or that. You're like, oh my God, feel close to us and then buy our shit. Okay. I'm being an asshole. Tanya is so clear on what she's doing. And my Tori, Hero, Alexis, thank you. Shadow, welcome back. Here you go. Here's the Discord if you want to. We are going to watch some Halloween movies in the Discord. I'm going to do my best to do my worst. I am going to do my best to watch a few. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we're going to try. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Welcome to Illyria. Where is it?
Horatio Gold, headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Thank you so much. That's very generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's wrap this. Let's wrap this up. I don't know. Don't join an MLM. And don't be pressured by your MLM leader to use a book to keep you in an MLM longer, which I'm sure, in my opinion, that they're going to use this book and the principles that Andrea Rogers is teaching in this book for MLM principles and MLM trainings to keep you in MLMs longer, in my opinion, in my experience. Consumer takeaways or even MLM consumer takeaways. Spot social proof pressure. Tanya was talking about, oh my God, my DMs are blowing up. Who already pre-ordered, and public chat polls are meant to nudge you. Separate story from science. Oh my God, separate story from science. My notes are shit. Tanya always focuses on story, on pictures, on non-FTC compliant things because it is more interesting than science, in my opinion. It convinces more people because science debunks a lot of the things that are flashy and interesting, and sometimes flashy and interesting does line up with science. But sometimes science debunks the flashy and interesting, and that's important too. That is super important too. Personal routine does not equal evidence for product promises. Ask for sources when you hear health or sleep skin claims. I hope there are sources in this book, and we're going to find out on Monday when we go to Barnes & Nobles. And I'm going to put an S on everything because Wisconsin ruined me. It didn't ruin me. Once you add an S to things, you can't stop. And I'm also going to say the TikToks for the rest of my life because I'm old as shit now. Number 5. Beware receipt-gated freebies. If content is contingent on buying something else, it's an upsell mechanism. That's not always bad, okay? I'm not saying, oh my God, if you buy a book, send your email receipt and you get something else. I mean, I'm not saying that's always bad. I'm saying we understand that both of these individuals are associated, one with a former multi-level marketing company and the other with a current multi-level marketing company. Just keep your eyes open, ask questions, and ask for specific data in her book and wonder what's in it for Tanya, because she is associated with, in my opinion, something that sure looks like a pyramid scheme, in my opinion. It sure does. Just keep your eye out for the guilt language. Non-negotiable, no excuses can shame customers and mask unrealistic expectations. And we heard that on this video. I don't know. I thought this video was going to be a little bit more of Tanya being Tanya, but she was very chameleon today. And we'll see maybe if she will stop doing that in the future. But delay and verify. There is a logical fallacy. I think it's an exigency. It's either the equivocation or the exigency fallacy, the one where they say, oh my God, you have to do it right now. And I know that the sound is, I have to redo all the sound because the sound is too loud on them. But you can delay and verify. If you're excited, give it 24 hours. Read independent reviews. Look for transparent credentials and citations. If it's good now, it's gonna be good in 24 hours. The reason that they're pushing you is because they're probably at month end. And if they're going to be out of stock, they're probably going to restock at some point in a week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. It's okay. You're good. They may even come out with a better cover. If she's going to give you a free 10-minute whatever, you're probably going to find a really good 10-minute deal on YouTube. The fitness, what is it called? The Fitness Marshal has great stuff. There's a lot of really good free YouTube workouts. There's a lot of super good free YouTube workouts. There are. If you like Andrea's workouts or writing, that's your call. Just make the choice with eyes open and without pressure. And if you've ever felt pushed by hypey wellness funnels, you're not alone. And before we wrap up, I just want to talk to you directly, especially if you're watching this and you're in an MLM right now, or maybe you're thinking about leaving. I know it's not easy. You might feel pressure from friends, upline leaders, or even yourself to make it work. And if you're sitting there thinking, why does this sound familiar? Why do I feel uncomfortable? Please know that it's valid. You're not broken. The system is designed to make you feel like you're the problem when the numbers don't add up. The truth is, most people in MLMs lose money, don't make any money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing. We love wasting ad spend. I love this. I love this so much. We love wasting ad spend. Honestly, if we get MLM ads, let's just waste it. I love that so much. But they go into debt for multi-level marketing, and that's not me being dramatic. That's straight from income disclosure statements and the FTC. So if you're exhausted from the constant hustle and your upline's pressuring you, if you're tired of being told no excuses every time you set a boundary, or if you're realizing that friendships are starting to feel transactional, it's okay to want something different. walking away doesn't mean you failed. It means that you're reclaiming your time, your peace, your future, and maybe even the money that you're spending on self-help books after self-help book after self-help book that your uplines are using to keep you in multi-level marketing for a bunch of extra time. Bye off. There are supportive communities like this one and other anti-MLM channels and just any other channels or communities out there in person who understand exactly what you're going through. And if you're in that space right now, just know you're not alone. You're not imagining it, and you deserve better than a business model that thrives on your unpaid labor and your social circles wallets. So, and if you're just here for consumer awareness, thank you. Thank you for being here and being a part of the conversation. And the more that we talk openly about these patterns, the fewer people that get trapped in them. So, if today's video gave you something to think about, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe, share it with a friend, and turn on notifications if you want to. So we have live streams, and sometimes we have uploaded videos. Remember that we don't drink the Kool-Aid here. We analyze the ingredients. I'll see you next time. Deuces, huns. I would say, where's my outro? But I don't have one right now, so bye.